I am on a quest, and the quest is to recreate a lot of the decks that were the most fun that I've played in the last like year or so. So one of the best videos I've done, in fact, I think it is the best on my channel still. I got Krenko with Angelic Exaltation up to 1,300 tokens. Created in one turn. And so that's the kind of thing we're trying to do again, but we actually have a few new pieces that really make this work with Haktos the Unscarred, and I don't think I was actually playing Swiftblade Vindicator the last time, which I don't even know why I wouldn't be. But we also have Neheb, which is really fun in this one as well. And I don't think I've played it in a while. So we have a few new pieces. Hushbringer is really good at this deck and everything. So the main thing we're trying to do here is Angelic Exaltation is a 4-mana enchantment that says whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +1/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. So there's a couple ways you can go about this. You can just build a bunch of token generators, like Raise the Alarm would be really good in here. I'm not running it right now because I decided to go ahead and run like Bone Crusher Giant and just the typical Boros deck, because we don't have card draw in Boros, so there is a pretty good chance actually that we don't necessarily hit Angelic Exaltation in every game. So I just wanted to build a pretty good deck without it, and when we do hit it, almost every creature would be good to swing in with. Swiftblade Vindicator, if we have 5 creatures out on the battlefield, this swings in as a 6/6 double strike, vigilance, and trample creature. Healer's Hawk will swing in for a bunch lifelink. Same with Hushbringer. There's just so many fun things we can do with this deck that I just wanted to go ahead and try this out. So, but the best thing that can possibly happen is Krenko swinging in. He gets pumped for all the creatures that you have on the battlefield, so we can actually, if we feel like he's going to die in this swing, we can have the goblins enter first, because we can trigger stack the triggers here between Angelic Exaltation and Krenko, put all the goblins on the battlefield, and then pump Krenko so that he can be bigger, not die to the attack. Or we can do the opposite and have him get pumped first and create way more goblin tokens, and then he gets bigger and bigger. And I happen to have this deck against someone that was running Dreadhorde Invasion one time, where they kept creating a token and we kept swinging in, and luckily the opponent was nice enough that they just let us keep doing it, and we got to the point where we actually broke the game. And so I hope that we can do that again. That's the whole reason I'm kind of replaying some of these decks, because this is always the point in time where I have a harder time coming up with decks, when the standard metagame is getting a little bit stale. We're kind of waiting for historic anthology before like that gets interesting, and so this is a good time to revisit fun old decks. I've had a lot of requests for this one to be revisited, so here we go again. And yeah, let's see how this does. Well, there you go. We're in ranked, and all you have to see is my face, and we win. We're up against a guy that said go face, and maybe he meant his?
Before we jump into the gameplay, a quick thanks to Fusion Gaming for sponsoring this video. Be sure to head over to FusionGamingOnline.com for all your Magic the Gathering needs. Check the link in the description below.
Odd no. Bring it on, odd no. We can take ya. Well, we have Angelic Exaltation. It's a little bit awkward with a hand that's so slow. I'm going to go ahead and keep this, though. Swiftblade Vindicator is so powerful. Outlaw's Merriment, also great. And I like it with Angelic Exaltation as well, because I'm running it as a one-of, but one of them, like, everything just has really good text for Angelic Exaltation. It has, Trample and Haste, Lifelink and Haste. The Rogue isn't as good, but everything else, pretty good stuff. They stole my Krenko? Alright, that's not cool. That's just not right. No one steals Krenko. We'll probably go for Outlaw's Merriment or Neheb, just to kind of... We want creatures up first, and we can play this out after we have creatures. Neheb is also fun in here, where we can hopefully get in for a bunch of damage with Trample. If we need to go digging for... an answer to actually win the game, we can with a bunch of red mana. Like, we could discard our entire hand, draw that many cards again. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get Robber the Rich off the battlefield. I know this isn't exactly what we're trying to do, but we need to try to keep our life total as high as possible. They play Krenko. and we cry a little inside. We haven't hit anything. No! Alright. Opponent's living our dreams. That's cool and all. Oh, baller dash. Alright, well, Neheb as a blocker. I think they just swing in with everything but Torbrand, and they're pretty Oh, and they have shot. Yeah, that kills it. Catch one breath. Alright, hold it. Yeah, okay. We're gonna forget about that game and move right along. But we won the first one, remember? We won the first one. I was just recognizing this probably isn't the type of deck we ought to be playing in this format. I'm going to keep this. Again, I say this pretty often, but on the play, a 3-drop is a lot safer than a 3-drop on the draw. Like, I think that's the biggest difference between going first and going second is the ability, like, is that you can keep a little bit riskier hand if you're on the play. You can keep things that are 3-drops so much better, and that is the biggest downside of playing best of one, is that you never really get the chance to be on the other side. On the other side of the war. Don't let them know what you're against or what you're for. What's that from? Let me know in the comments below. You'll be my... Oh. Alright, anyway. Alright. Play out Krenko. Please survive. It's kind of awkward lands there. I wanted to make sure I got something out. Yeah, so we're going to be able to swing it with Krenko. If we hit untapped land, we get Angelic Exaltation as well. Which immediately we start getting value with Krenko. Well, okay then. Hushbringer. Once we get to 4 mana, we're actually everything that works in our deck once we get to 4 mana. So this is pretty nice. We'll swing in with Krenko. Hope they don't have board wipe of some sort. Down to 18. Vindicator. Pass the turn. Narc Amoeba. Just playing it out right. This is looking like desperation for the moment. Okay. Okay. And Angelic Exaltation. Yes. All right, here we go. This is where the fun starts happening. All right, so which one do we want to have happen? I think that we want him to get triggered first. We want to go wider. So create 7 tokens. Yep, they chunk block. Is Swiftblade Vindicator better to play here? Absolutely. But what's more fun? Do you even need to ask? We're going to be playing Krenko. Alright. Creeping Chill, that's not great. Double Angelic Exaltation is even more fun because you do get the trigger on both beforehand. So that's good. Alright, a bigger Narcomoeba. They're just milling themselves like crazy pants here. Do they have any Phoenixes yet? Okay, they have 1. One's not that much. We're fine with that. Okay, swings on in. Alright, so we... Double Angelic Exaltation means that Swiftblade Vindicator should just win. If they have Shock, that could be really bad here. Okay, Angelic Exaltation number 2. We could just be dead next turn. That's an answer for Phoenix. So let's get pumped twice. Okay, if they have Shock here, this is so bad. Okay. Dang it. We waited too long. But yeah, so we were gonna be able to hit in for 40 damage with him, which is cool. That is cool. We could have also created what was it? Like 25 tokens with Krenko. We didn't get to do it. I'm just never content, am I? I'm never happy, no matter what. I'm just kidding. I'm like laughing, giggling as I'm saying that as well. JM Cdon 2. Beautimus hand. Dig it greatly. Like the Sky Knight Vanguard much. We'll play the mount first. Guys, all right, so I'm actually running on I've been awake for like 25 hours at this point. More than that. I'm actually like right at 24 hours. Never mind. Between 24 and 25 hours. Yeah, so going strong, doing it. I couldn't go to bed last night and decided, you know, I'm just going to do all the work that I need to for tomorrow right now. And then I just kept going, and, you know, as one does. Let's see here. Annex. Yeah, Annex seems good. Swing in. Down to 18. Embercleave would also be good in this deck because we could put it onto Krenko or something like that. I mean, it's kind of opposite of what we're trying to go with Angelic Exaltation, but at the same time, it's totally insane. All right, we gotta create some tokens. Tokens is still good. It's what we're trying to do with this deck. So I could play Healer's Hawk and be able to crush somebody, or Vindicator. We have to have a lot of things go right. I think I'm just gonna go for the Healer's Hawk. Hold up. Crush. Do crush. I don't know why I didn't attack there. I always hit the pass turn button instead of going to combat for some reason. I do it often. Often do I do it.
No more than I can escape my shadow.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm weirdy pants.
All who seek justice.
We will go ahead and shock-await the Elspeth. Krenko time. Krenko time. Time for you to go out and I know who I want to take me home, Krenko. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. D. Okay. Oh man, that's 2 songs this one. I should be staying up all hours of the night more often. I think you guys would get better content. Well, we get Aurelia here, so we're gonna play Aurelia. Pass the turn. I think this Outlaw's Merriment will be enough value to win the game for us at some point here. All right, they do get to kill Layla. I mean Aurelia. Which is sad.
Bye-bye.
Hasty creature. Nope. We could play 2 things. We can play Vindicator and Bonecrusher Giant, or get out the Merriment. I'm going to go ahead and go for the 2 creatures. I think that gives us a better shot of guaranteeing Chandra's death next turn, or not guaranteeing, but like we have a better chance of killing Chandra next turn. And that, I think, is important. Sarkin.
Let us fight.
Hopeful Dawn.
Is this just
up.
me, or is it getting a little warm in here?
Yeah, big dragon. Nothing. Just diddly squat right there. Alright, well, we can for sure kill Sarkin. Which, I mean, Chandra is also just really annoying for us. So, I think we actually swing at Chandra. Sarkin can be really annoying for us. And I'm hoping that we can kill Sarkin on the next turn. Oh, that's right, it does damage. I forgot. Dude, I've not played against Sarkin in forever. Everyone's saying, read your cards. Dude, if I took the time to read every single card that came out that I have not seen in a while, we would just never actually play Magic. That's my argument with that. But at the same time, that's bad. Boros Planeswalkers seems like a really fun deck, by the way. They have Saheelian here as well, it looks like. Guild of Ruin. This hurts my soul so much. Let's grab Mountain. Plains might have been worthwhile so that we can still have white mana and use Castle Ardenvale. We have more cheap white things than we do cheap red things. In fact, I don't think we have any cheap red things. So this game is over, I believe. I made a misplay, but that also meant that we just weren't going to be able to have a winning scenario there.
It's not too hot for you.
They are coming.
Yep. Swings in for a bunch and a half. See if they remember to trigger Chandra. I don't think they did. Okay, be awesome. Hushbringer. Booyah. We're all sorts of dead. I'm gonna go ahead and concede.
Consume you.
Well, Boros Planeswalkers seems really fun. Elspeth would actually be good in this deck. Just to create a lot of go wideness. I'm not going to change it now. I mean, I don't want to be too expensive. But I do think that Elspeth would be good in the deck. Dunna Stunna. Bring it on, Dunna Stunna. Dunna Stunna. Deeny 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 Dunna Stunna. Alright, as I said before, it's much better to be on the play with 3 drops. But with Scries and slow lands, I can much more likely hit a 2-drop, so I'm going to keep it. We have really good 3 and 4 drops. Scrying time. That's terrible. So send it back into the world. Do. That's crap too. What the crap? If this is another land on top. See, now we don't really want 1-drops, but I don't want to hit nothing. But I think we need better things now. Tajik will be good. Alright, Dunna Stunna. You gonna stun me? Bring it on! Oh, dropping things. Alright, I'm assuming Counterspell is incoming. Let's go with... Let's go with Tajik still. Yeah, there's your board. We have to play something into it. We don't have a deck that really does well against this kind of stuff, especially with a slow start. We'll try to get at least something on the battlefield, so Annex into Healer's Hawk. Potential Shatter the Skies, which this way we at least get to create 2 tokens. That can get bigger with Aurelia. We drew way too many lands for having Scries to not hit them. I'm just saying. That's pretty devastating. Alright, bounces Annex. Basically sacrificing this unless they have a bounce spell. The birth of Meletus. How wide do we want to go with this? Alright, attack in. Build Teferi. Annex. Our deck is supposed to go wide, but against this deck, it's not very great. The issue is that we're not really putting on pressure either. Okay, play Sacred Foundry tap, pass the turn. Yeah, the wall means we're not putting on any pressure. And there's a Dream Trawler. Okay, Angelic Exaltation. Let's see here. So 3 creatures gets him to 6 toughness. So we'll swing in with Annex here. Once they start swinging with Dream Trawler, we can at least swing back. We don't draw the cards they do, but we can at least gain the life back. Or keep getting in for damage. We may force a board wipe at some point even. Especially once Aurelia... I guess it doesn't quite block Dream Trawler, does it? Alright, no blocks this turn. Take the weights. Down to 16. Arcana Storm's Grace. For everything to go terrible. I am going to go ahead and play up the Aurelia. We end up gaining so much life off of it that it's worthwhile. I guess we go in for damage this turn. I'm worried that they're just going to be able to bounce stuff. Alright, yeah, that's right. Just creates a blocker. That works too. We do have Trample, though. It's Trample because of Aurelia. Down to 22. Pass the turn. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play that out. Pass the turn. We also get Castle Embereth. I think we'll just start swinging with everything. Dream Trawler is really annoying, though. I'm not sure if we can keep up with it without hitting him with life linkers. Okay, no blocks. Take 5, down to 11. Alright, create token. Put on Healer's Hawk. Bring him in. I guess Hushbringer would be better. Alright, we're going to gain more life than they do. So there's that. Down to 19. We're doing more damage than they do. Pass the turn. How much damage do we do for not doing that? Like, we could just be mentoring. Doing a lot of good stuff. We'll probably just run out of board wipe. The issue is that a lot of these decks are only running like one win condition. So they get to draw cards, that's the benefit, but we're winning the race at the moment. No blocks. Every turn this is going to get bigger and help us with the race a little bit more. Alright, hits Angelic Exaltation, I'm assuming. That's fine. And by fine, I mean, holy crap, that's annoying. But, you know, whatever. Okay, let's put it on. We can still mentor something here, so I think that we want to gain more life while we can. So go ahead and put it onto Healer's Hawk. Attack in. Mentor Hushbringer. Oh, I meant to Castle on Breath. That was a misplay. Don't counter this. If you do, it's fine. It's fine. At least it wasn't an absorb, right? Pass the turn. We really needed the Castle on Breath there. That was an extra turn's worth of damage the Stream Trawler gives us. We're still kind of in the game. I'm assuming that they have the answers that they need. They can board wipe and get Dream Trawler back with Elspeth Conquers Death. Annex is pretty nice here though, because we do get to create tokens, at least, for everything dying, and that could help us win the race a little bit. I guess not with Dream Trawler coming back right away. Alright, swings in. Yep, draws cards. Can attack before they board wipe. No blocks. They block you not. Down to 14. Okay, there's the Shadow of the Sky. So, heal. Card, unfortunately. Really annoying. Set Stop Dies triggers ability as well. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was bad. That's just bad deck building. The odds of us having those two in common at the same time is pretty slim. I want to get Aurelia out before we swing in here. Not that it will really matter. Rats, fooled my plans. He should have waited till he attacked, but that's fine. Yeah, Dream Trawler's back. Boo hiss. And I think that we're just done for here. I'm going to wait and see what we draw. The issue is that we only get to draw one card turn while they're drawing 2, 3, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's bad. That's probably like one of the better draws we could have, just because we do create life linkers. I don't think it's fast enough to beat Dream Trawler. Like if we hit a life linker with every one of those, but they get blocked with the Ardent Veil guys. We could draw into blockers for Dream Trawler. I just don't see us ever coming back from this. The amount of card advantage they have is way too much. So I'll probably call it here. Yeah, I think that we're gonna go ahead and see. The likelihood of us winning from there was next to 0. I overcommitted to the board. It was working out for us for a while, but it just kind of came down to when they were wanting to go all out with everything. I did forget about the Hushbringer though, so I should have blocked with Hushbringer at some point so that we could have the Annex. Would have been nice. All right, up against Catwick. Bringing on Catwick. Catwick. Yeah, pretty awesome hand. Double Sky Knight Vanguard with Angelic Exaltation. We get to go very wide, very big in the air. Milling my stuff. That's just rude. Scrying doesn't even matter at this point. Won't give you the satisfaction of milling my Aurelia. Actually, I guess we prefer it then. Most likely going to get milled, but we have another one, so that's good, I guess. Better than something else that could be 4 cards deep. I have no clue. Vantress Gargoyle. Only when you have 6 of 4 cards or more in hand. Alright. We'll show him that he has stuff to block. Yay! Pass turn. Thought Erasure. What do you take? Okay, takes an Aurelia. That probably means they have another discard. They can't block Vanguard now. Getting close to attacking though. And that's not grand. Healer's Hawk would be good. Krenko would be good. Ability to play tap land is fine. I am reading this right. Can't block unless you have 4 more cards in hand. Alright. Not block. Tap and attacking. They can block the Merfolk Keeper. That's fine. The nice thing about this is that we can have Angelic Exaltation happen before the token comes out. So that even though it's not attacking alone, technically this will trigger first. I'm going to go with... might be like Haktos first. Don't have 4 cards in hand. I'm gonna go for Haktos. I'm assuming they're holding up counter spells. Didn't say please. No, we didn't. How did you know? Alrighty. They can start attacking. But I think we're still winning the race at the moment. Especially with these guys creating tokens every turn. We should be winning the race. I'm winning the race. Winning the race. Reminds me of, is that Rat Race with Mr. Bean? Good show. Alright, Swamp comes out. Are they really trying to mill us, or are they just trying to win with Vantress Gargoyle? Bay of Wishes. Alright. Oh, try the Canarium. Canarium. Alright, let's get as much... oh, that was totally cracked. Let's get as much damage in as we can. Down to 15. Everything gets exiled, so Annex doesn't actually work here. Aurelia. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and swing. Do a lot of damage. Down to 7. Hopefully we can close out the game from here. If we hit land, I'll probably play Annex and Skynet Vanguard. They can just play this out as a blocker. Yield Fae. No blocks. Okay, down to 12. Do we have a bounce spell in hand? So we're still winning at the moment. I mean, I don't know why they're not playing Fae of Wishes. Annex is a little bit awkward with all the blockers on the ground, so I'm not sure we want to go that route. Let's go Sky Knight Vanguard. should be waiting. If they bounce it, we could have played it again, but that's fine. Okay, down to 3 past the turn. Bay of the Wishes. Doesn't attack, but you can't block either. So, I mean, okay. Yeah, Angelic Exaltation. Let's see if they have a counter spell for it. They do. Cannot block with Vantress Gargoyle, so we will just swing with everything. Mentor onto this Sky Knight Vanguard. This means they have to block here. They're going down to 1. Yep, down to 1. Pass the turn. There we go. Sweet. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. We will end it there. Alright, so we did get Krenko out one time. I remember we were kind of doing it and they stopped, but overall the deck performed fairly well. I was in rank the whole time and we won 3, kind of 4 with the early scoop. I don't really count that one, and lost 2, at least based off my count. I could be off, but that's not too bad. I mean, it's a winning record. It's got to prove itself more, and I think the biggest thing is a little bit more like removal or protection could be beneficial. I don't think we have a great game plan against mono red, which is an issue. We have a game plan for the most amount of fun, which is not an issue. That is just the way to be. So overall, really like this deck. I hope you guys did too. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. If you didn't like it, please still like and subscribe, because, you know, you watched this far, might as well, right? So hey, I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.